If you've been working out with me for a while, then you know that there are some things that I really pick on as far as mistakes are concerned. If you have any of these mistakes in your typical workout, your results are just not going to be as good, and your risk of injury goes up quite a bit. So if you know my 3 basic exercises, the squat, the push-up, and the sit-up, here are the things that I see in those exercises that are done wrong typically, and that you can improve quickly. Okay, so when you're in a squat and you're supposed to be sitting back, here's what I see. I see that a lot. You see what is happening here? I'm seeing the knees buckled forward over the toes, okay, and I also see this a lot, just kind of the slouchy back, and the knees jutting out over the toes. It could cause some stress in the knee joint, and it's not going to have the effect of a good pure squat. A pure squat is designed to sit back with knees over your feet, and I always tell people if you can't see your toes the entire time going down and up, then you're going too far forward. And we're not going to just slouch down, we're going to keep our back flat and sort of stick our booty out, which might feel uncomfortable at first, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do for a firm backside. The problems that I usually see from push-up position come from core, okay? So if you're having trouble with keeping your core in and engaged, just stay on your knees until it's ready. Because the worst thing that you can do, I think, is to try to do full plank before you're ready and end up here, okay, or end up like way up here when you're supposed to be doing a full-on push-up. But more than likely, this is the one that drives me nuts. This is too much pressure on your lower back, okay, and your tummy is pushing out and forward, not good for your core, not good for your internal organs. How to fix that? Push up between your shoulders, pull more than you think you need to, and really dig the navel up and under your ribs to really, really strong. Inner thighs, push towards each other. Like isometric squeeze that inner thigh together. That gets this whole area to be stronger and pulled up and be safer on that lower back. So that should fix that problem. But again, when in doubt, at least have one knee down, really tuck that tailbone under, keep that lower back in line with the rest of you, and that will help fix that problem. Okay, and then the third mistake, coming from the sit-up position, is when we have trouble engaging the core, but we want to sit up anyway. And so, and I'm not going to demonstrate this because I could really hurt myself, but people that push the tummy muscles outward as they're sitting up. Okay, so when you're sitting up, you have to pull these muscles up and under their rib cage. Otherwise, the muscles grow the way that you train them. So if you're pushing out towards your thighs just to get up, then you're going to get a bigger waist. Does anybody want a bigger waist? No, I don't think so. So if you can't go all the way up without that outward push, then don't. Okay, did you notice that I'm still grabbing my legs? I had surgery 4.5 years ago on my core. Most days, I still have to grab my legs to make sure that my core stays engaged. Because if I push it out, then I'm pushing against all kinds of scar tissue and issues that I've got going on in there. And I will not jeopardize my core strength just so I can show off and say that I can do a complete roll-up or a complete sit-up. Every day is different for me, might be for you too. Adjust how you need to adjust on that given day. Okay, and also, if you are going from a seated to a lying position and you have core issues, always go on your side first. Okay, because if you're just flopping down and up and you don't have control here yet, then you can have all kinds of wicky-jawed problems in your core, and it leads to lower back problems as well. So core engagement would be the big one that I see in almost every exercise. Just practice that core engagement video from my YouTube site, and that should help with that. Those are the biggest mistakes that I see when I'm helping people out. If you're seeing a problem, or if you're like, this doesn't feel right, then leave me a message, let me know, and let's talk about it.